Tradition. That's Clemson Tiger football. A tradition that is over 90 years old and dates back to the turn of the century when John Heisman, yes, the same guy who they named the trophy after, coached the Tigers to their first undefeated season. Guided by Heisman and legendary coaches Jess Neely and Frank Howard, the tradition of excellence has continued over the years as Clemson has made appearances in countless bowl games, including the Sugar, Cotton, and Orange Bowls. Clemson has more conference championships, more victories, more All-Americans, and more top 20 seasons than any team in the Atlantic Coast Conference history. Since 1977, that Clemson football tradition of excellence has reached unprecedented heights. In the period between 1977 and 1985, Clemson had one of the top 20 winning percentages in the nation and had a conference record 9 straight winning regular seasons. In that 9-year stretch, Clemson advanced to 5 bowl games and ranked in the top 20 of the Associated Press poll at one time or another during 7 of those seasons. 3 times in the decade of the 80s, Clemson has finished in the top dozen in the nation, won 2 ACC crowns, and claimed more All-American and more All-ACC players than any other conference school. January 1st, 1982. It will always hold a special place in the memories of Clemson fans because it was the culmination of years and years of hard work. Clemson faced Nebraska in the Orange Bowl for the national championship of college football. Clemson took to the field with a powerhouse team led by 5 All-Americans. Perry Tuttle, Jeff Davis, Terry Kennard, Jeff Bryant, and Lee Nanny guided the Tigers to a 22-15 victory that night. An evening that will live in the hearts of Clemson fans and players for many years.
And Clemson wins the national championship of college football.
Clemson set all kinds of exposure rates in 1981. The Tigers were on television 8 times that season. People really took notice of Clemson's perfect season, even President Reagan. In 1982, Clemson became the first school in the nation to appear on NBC, ABC, CBS, ESPN, and superstation WTBS all in the same year. Overall, the Tigers appeared on network television 56 times in 9 years, the second most TV appearances in the nation. The TV appearances, victories, championships, and records registered on the playing field are just a small percentage of the student-athlete's life at Clemson. In fact, during football season, he will spend less than 2% of his time on the playing field. Clemson is a special place, a real college town. Located in the Piedmont section of Upper South Carolina, Clemson has a 20,000-acre campus bounded by glistening Lake Hartwell, where the climate is mild and nature is bountiful. Lake Hartwell has a 1,000-mile shoreline and offers all types of freshwater sports. If you wish to forego the water sports, the Clemson student is close enough to the major cities of Charlotte, Greenville, and Atlanta to enjoy the big city lifestyle. Sunday is a special day at Clemson, and local churches of all faiths and denominations welcome students to their services. Throughout the week, there are campus ministry programs and activities for the Clemson student. In reality, everything is truly at your doorstep. There are many enjoyable aspects to the Clemson life, and not the least of which is dining. The athletic dining room is one of the finest facilities on campus, and dietitians are given the special task of planning meals for Clemson athletes. No one ever leaves these luscious yet balanced meals hungry, especially on Super Meal Night. No athletic building in America contains finer all-around facilities than the Jervey Athletic Center, the home of Tiger training and strength training facilities. It is conveniently located near the 5 football practice fields and the athletic administrative offices. With over $500,000 worth of the best in Nautilus, AMF free weights, and Cam 2 equipment, pro scouts call Clemson's weight room the finest in the country. The 8,000 square foot facility might be the largest and most pleasant room of its kind in the nation. An individual program is planned for each athlete under the direction of former Detroit Lions strength coach Gary Wade. The training room is equipped with all the best for your rehabilitation needs. 3 professionals with over 35 years of collective experience join with 17 student trainers to give you the best care possible. A full-time doctor with an office in the training room is also available to give you the best in care. While the weight training facility and training room will shape your career at Clemson physically, your character and personality will be positively affected by your dormitory life, near classes, the dining hall, Cooper Library, and many recreational activities. A daily scene at Clemson centers around the activities emitted from the central gathering place on campus, the Student Union. Here, a continuous flow of students are seen going to and from class, visiting with each other, participating in student government, taking a short course in the Union, or just relaxing. Union events and other student information are listed on computers found all over campus. There are many social events in the course of the academic year that take advantage of Clemson's natural surroundings. The Greek Games open the rites of spring every April. The tradition of excellence of Tiger football is made here in Clemson Memorial Stadium. It seats over 80,000 people and ranks in the top 6 in the nation in attendance figures. Around 2.5 million people will see you play in 4 years at Clemson. In addition to 4 seating expansions in the last 20 years that have allowed the capacity to grow by 95%, the stadium has had some impressive remodelings. The President's Level, complete with furnished suites and a private box that can house pregame banquets for 200 people, will rival anything seen in the NFL. Even members of the Dallas Cowboys administration have remarked about the lavish accommodations. The Clemson Press Box holds over 100 writers and another 100 for radio and television coverage. It was recently cited as one of the top facilities of its kind in the United States by the Football Writers Association of America. The Clemson Football Saturday has few rivals. The grass hill in the east end zone serves as the most celebrated stadium entrance for a home team in all of college football. Spirit Blitz Weekend has to be seen to be believed. In 1983, 3,000 Clemson students arrived at the stadium at 7 a.m. to blow up 363,000 balloons that were launched as the Tigers ran down the hill. The breathtaking sight was documented in the Guinness Book of World Records. On yet another Spirit Blitz weekend, the entire stadium participated in a magnificent card section display. The first Friday parade welcomes the home season back to Clemson as 10,000 people line the streets the day before the first home game. The parade leads to a pep rally in the university's outdoor amphitheater. Now that is a memorable expression of spirit few schools can recreate. While a regular football weekend at Clemson is like a homecoming for most universities, homecoming in Tiger Town is truly a gala affair. With their Tiger spirit and collective imagination, Clemson students build these floats each year around historic Tillman Hall. But that's not all. An event that brings more people to the stadium than most schools draw for a game, Tigerama, is held the Friday night before the game. Tigerama features skits displaying Tiger spirit. No homecoming would be complete without a queen. She and her court are highlighted during halftime activities. Football weekends will live in the minds of Clemson students forever. But a student-athlete's future goals in life rest in his ability to pursue a Clemson education. In the last 10 years, no school in the nation has had as many as 30% of its players even drafted in the pro ranks. The majority of student-athletes must rely on their education at Clemson to meet their goals in life. The Clemson University degree is something you will cherish and carry with you long after your football playing days are over. With around 12,000 students, a Clemson education continues to be an intimate experience. A student-faculty ratio of 15-to-1 ensures that. In 1985, the average SAT score of entering freshmen was over 1,000, the highest figure in the state of South Carolina. And the average GPA of their high school work was 3.47. It is an outstanding education that carries a lot of clout. It is also an education and experience many are seeking, as over 7,000 prospective students applied for just 2,500 spots in 1985. Clemson has over a 90% retention rate for its freshman class, and that goes for its athletes also. An unmatched tutoring program monitors a Clemson athlete's progress and is always there to lend a hand. A roster of over 70 tutors and 4 full-time academic counselors administer the program that costs the athletic department over $200,000 a year. The outstanding tutoring program is one reason Clemson had more players than any other school on the 1985 All-ACC academic team. Every sport at Clemson boasted over a 2-point GPA in 1985, and 69 athletes were selected to the academic honor roll. The tutoring program and excellent facilities are in part the result of the support of Clemson alumni and friends. IPTAY, which stands for I Pay 30 a Year, is the Clemson Athletic Scholarship fundraising organization. It raised more money than any organization of its kind in 1983, 84, 85, and again in 1986. The support continues in the publicity office. An award-winning staff of 4 full-time and 7 students serve the media with information about you and your accomplishments. Their hard work has resulted in at least one All-America football player every year since 1977. While a small percentage of student athletes at any school advance to the pro ranks, Clemson has one of the top 15 records for pro production in the NFL. In 1985, 23 former Tigers were on NFL rosters. 14 had starting assignments. 15 different Tigers have played in the Super Bowl in recent years, including the 1986 game when the Chicago-New England contest resembled a Clemson alumni game. 4 former Tigers performed in that contest, and no school in the nation could claim a higher alumni representation. One former Tiger had a particularly impressive and noteworthy season. William the Refrigerator Perry led Clemson to a 37-6-2 record in his 4 years at Clemson before moving on to the Super Bowl champion Chicago Bears.
Now Carl Bland in motion to the left, and Hipple takes on 4th down. Hipple looks to throw. He's hit and fumbles. It's to Perry in the front. He makes it all the way to the 40, to the 50. William Perry to the 40, to the 30. Cutting to his right to the 20. Brought down from behind by David Lewis inside the 15-yard line. Here's Jim McMahon barking out the signals. Perry in motion to the near side. McMahon fakes the hand. Fires the right side. Oh, there he goes! Offensive backfield for the Bears. He'll be the lead blocker. They give him the football, and Perry. Touchdown. William Perry spikes the football.
One need only look at the roster of Clemson's national championship team to see Clemson's influence on pro football. No less than 47 players from the 1981 team were drafted or signed free agent contracts for professional football. The tradition, the education, the facilities, the action, they are all well-documented aspects of life as a Clemson football player. They all combine to give you a solid all-around education that prepares you for the challenges you will face over the rest of your life. Clemson is a special place, and it is the intangibles, whether they be spiritual or practical, that give this university the competitive edge and thus an experience that will live with you forever.